Hey guys, Darren here. Let's start a fire. More to come. Now, let me preface everything by saying we're going to start a fire using magnesium. If you ever see me trying to start a fire with 2 sticks, I'd run, because one's going to be a match, one's going to be dynamite. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back. Let me explain. We're going to start a fire using magnesium shavings. And a lot of people get the little blocks and scrape it, or the ferro rods, and either way works really well. And I'm not knocking like the bow drill and all that stuff methods. I ain't gonna do it. I've done it. I know how to do it. I'm okay at doing it. I ain't gonna do it. I got like 2 lighters in my pocket right now, and I carry that everywhere. So what I am going to show you is a neighbor of mine came over, and he's an old prepper, like in his 70s. He's been doing this for years, and he's got stuff that we can't talk about. Old prepper. And he says, hey, come over here and we'll meet Mr. So-and-so, and he has got this and this, and you can access this and this now. And holy cow, this is like the dark prepping web. But he brought me over a mag float. A lot of people don't know what that is. It's a magnesium float for floating asphalt or concrete. That's what you use when you're smoothing it out. And it's honest to God mag float. Now the strip that you use is really lightweight because it's made of magnesium. And then the handle's usually, you know, aluminum or wood, something like that. And most people don't know the properties of magnesium other than it's really, really light, lighter than aluminum. So if you have a 10-foot long pole, you would rather have something really light on the end of it, and the magnesium is what they choose to use. And this is, now mind you, this has already been used and harvested, but this is a mag float, and you can kind of see the original shape of it, and I'll take some pictures and leave it. This is so light. This thing, even with all the holes in it, would weigh no more than a pound. Magnesium. Now magnesium is a fantastic fire starter. So he brought this over to me. He brought me a bunch of junk over, and he brought me a baby food jar full of magnesium dust that he had been saving. He says, I have a gallon jar of this from stuff that I have been saving from all of this, and he says, I want you to have this. And he gave me, you know, he's a neighbor, a good neighbor of mine, and I know him, and we talk back and forth, and we bounce ideas off each other. He is in my network, I guess. Magnesium. And magnesium, you can put a grinder on this at low speeds and grind off, save all your shavings, sweep them up. You can take slivers of this, and this stuff will burn in a fire. Yes, it will, absolutely. And that's why he drilled out all the holes. And he said there's not a lot left to it. You have to get creative to get all the pieces and parts off. And I'll tell him, man, this is sweet. I'll just rub it on a rock and get all the dust. But I want to show you what a pinch, like a pinch of snuff, let's equate to something that more people can relate to. A quarter of a teaspoon. How about that? I think that would be reasonable. A quarter of a teaspoon of magnesium. We're going to go out here, and we're just going to, I've got it on a wet board because it's been raining, and just in a ball of paper. I'm actually going to wet the paper. I want you to see this. This thing burns. Now, it burns so hot that you can't look at it without causing some damage to your eyes. You don't have to worry about that, obviously, because you're looking at it on a video camera. But all of that to say, it's probably going to overload my camera. Well, it is. I won't be looking at it. If you do work a lot with this magnesium, this stuff right here. It's good to have brazier's gloves, or well, gloves and glasses, brazier's glasses, or a welding hood and helmet, because it's pretty intense. Let's go outside, work out. Okay guys, that is it, and I want to show you just comparison wise. It's like a little pinch of it, and we're going to use one of the matches to light this. And this is how I do a lot of the matches. This is a big old box of kitchen matches, and this is a jar of olives, green olives, and as it turns out, the match box fits over that pretty dang good, and the matches are in there obviously, and they stay nice and dry. Now we're going to and this is the magnesium. That will just about start any fire that you need to. Now, what I would suggest, if you ever are able to get a hold of magnesium in this quantity, is to mix it with a little bit of petroleum jelly, a cotton ball, and you got the makings of a fire starter, even wet. More to come. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap it up for this video. Magnesium is a fantastic way to start a fire in wet or adverse conditions. Be careful when you use this stuff. It will come back and bite you if you're not careful. It can cause a problem. Don't breathe the fumes either. That's just not what we do. But absolutely, definitely, you can add something like this into your prepping stash and keep a few pinches in a medicine bottle with some Vaseline and cotton balls. It goes a long way as far as making a fire. Now, like I said, if you want to do the the Rambo fire starting, knock yourselves out, dude. But why not make it easy? Anyway, just a second, you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop over here, as well as my beautiful wife on the opposite side of me. Some videos for your indeed your brand away. You guys, as always, take care of you people.